feel like I'm living it twice. All this shit in my mind on my way back to you. Had 20 in the tank and a pocket full of change, but I made that shit last with you. Before life got crazy, laying up in your bed, we was waking up with no cares. It feels like maybe we could bring it right back before we got on track and life got crazy.
Guys, right now, bring on up Lukasz.
You don't hear me. So that's one of the questions in the book. It's what's the most important thing about running a short-term rental? Experience. Experience and experience. And I'm going to mention that 1,000 times today. All right, off we go. So, I'm a creator of experiences. What am I not? I'm not an attorney. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a tax pro. All right, it is very important, though, that those people, an attorney, financial advisor, tax pro, are all on your team. All right? They should be a part of your tribe. It's important. Porter, he helps me out a lot. He actually opened my eyes to like ways you can purchase real estate with your life insurance policy. It's kind of incredible. How do we determine what a property is worth? Anyone? Comparables? So that's one approach, right? What if you're buying commercial property? Utilize. I'm sorry? Yeah, that too, but you base it off of income, right? So at that point in time, you look at the income approach, right? So you can have the same home, right? So you have, let's say, an 8-bedroom home, and then you have another 8-bedroom home. This home, just family resides in it. This one's an Airbnb, makes $200,000 a year. Do you think they're worth the same amount? So the worst sin we can make is to teach our kids and grandkids and program them in a way to believe that trading their time for money is, over the course of their lives, is the scoreboard. And that's the win. Since when is trading your time for money a win? But yet we do it every single day, right? We say, hey, go to work or go to school just so you can be a great employee. We don't do it directly. That's what we do, right?
I have a theory. Well, we're seeing it right now, right, with the de-dollarization. That's what I believe. I'm sure Coach can elaborate better than I can. I don't know if he has a mic.
So he studies 5-year economic or 500 years back economic cycles. So usually there's a war narrative, a climate change narrative, or a socio-geopolitical narrative. But we're experiencing all three right now in our history, which is wild. We had Russia invade Ukraine, which immediately Biden was going to take them off the SWIFT system, which caused Russia to work with China, the yuan, all that stuff. So that was one narrative. Then there's a supply chain narrative, and all of it goes back to weak supply chain, money movement, right? We need less cash, we need more digitization. And so each narrative is moving. Then the socio-geopolitical gets people to look this way, getting people to focus on their differences, right? So everything is happening right now. Then the climate change narrative is around environmental social governance. So if you're not paying attention to environmental social governance, follow BlackRock, Bridgewater. So those three things, if you pay attention to where they're taking us in those, so those are what's going to move the narrative. That's exactly what's going to, whether it's real or not, or it's made up or not, they need a shock to the system. And so it's happening right now, as you said. It's literally happening right now. I think a lot of it is going to have to do with war. What does war create? Money. War creates money. So anytime we're in a big economic downturn, what do? We go to war. And so war creates jobs, it creates economic growth, it creates GDP growth. But I don't believe we'll fully go into war because what did Rosie Rio said GDP growth does? It increases cash and coin usage. Your job is to decrease coin and cash usage. So they're going to fear us with this war narrative, nuclear narrative, that we're going to be okay. But what they need to do is they need to move monetary systems. So we're going to keep the middle class is going to get wiped out, leverage towards technology, move down to the working poor. They're going to need assistance. And when you need assistance and you're resisting no cash, if you can't feed your family, if someone is going to give you $2,000 a month, would you take it? If you can't feed your family, would you? Absolutely you would. And they're going to put you right there on that FedNow services, get you into visitation, get you on your app. So that's where I see it. I highly recommend you guys need to all follow Ray Dalio, study his book, get his book, Debt Crisis.
Ball back
automatically populate depending upon the exchange you have it on, and then others you might have to manually enter if it's the one that you don't have in the database. When you set your sell points, and you get the set point, and it basically gives you the little button that says, "Oh, time to sell."
Your crypto is, if it's connected to your exchange, it'll automatically do that transaction for you, so you do not have to go in and update all your buys and sells. If you added the coin manually, then yes, you have to go in there and you have to go add another transaction showing that you sold it the day you sold it, so you can keep track of that. So that's a great question.
So it's basically, it's like when you're on the app, it's live right there. It's not like you have to sign back out and sign back in, and it'll automatically do it.
No, however, because you did the transaction on your exchange, Merlin basically will take every 30 minutes or so before we go back and check your exchange again. So if you need the trade right now at whatever time it is, you might not see it in Merlin until about 30 minutes later. But there is a refresh button where you can actually force it to do that if you want to, because you want to see it right away. But if not, within 30 minutes you'll see that transaction come on Merlin as well. Great question, thank you.
Because one of our friends, Crypto Erie, put out a really good video last night. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch it, where Ripple put out their new ODL system, and they listed a bunch of cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, USD, and so on. And XRP was obviously left off the list. So we went to their website. It might take me just a minute or two to find this, but I went to their website to actually see what they were doing with XRP, and they put up an official response that I'm going to read for you guys, because I do think it's a little bit optimistic. So they said XRP will be evaluated along with other tokens for support within the ODL product. We look forward to supporting XRP as it receives regulatory clarity in the United States. So it's nuance, right? They had to exclude XRP from the ODL system because of the ongoing lawsuit.
So yeah, and just to build on that, we talked to a developer there at Ripple, and what he said when we asked him about the ODLs, he said, look, we as a company want to promote the growth of crypto, and so we're going to allow other coins to operate on the ODL as well. So it's not surprising that the ODL is on there. All other coins are on there. That shouldn't be a shock to anybody's system. If you don't know that, it's good that you do know that. But it is, as I just said, it makes total sense. Why would you put XRP on there right now when you're in a lawsuit? But obviously, it's their product. So I would guess, I haven't bet my house on it. I would say that when their clarity comes out, when the SEC lawsuit, the monkey's off their back, the very first thing you're probably going to say is, hey, XRP, you're right back after ODL again. But if I were them, I would do the same thing. I think that makes good sense.
Yeah, and I'm going to read a couple of the currencies that they said they were using. So they're going to use Bitcoin, Ethereum Cash, Litecoin, USDC, and USDT. What do we...
Yeah, actually, the fact that we did design in there a tool so that when you sell something, at least from a crypto perspective, it'll actually estimate your tax liability. So you'll just, when you create your account, you go in and you set up what you believe your tax percentage or tax bracket is, and every time there's a sell, Merlin will be able to show you how much you should set aside, because Uncle Sam will come knocking for that, that's for sure.